All right, Scotty here. It's March 19th, 2022. We just got a trailer full of compost and we're gonna hit some areas. We're gonna be filling these beds up, and over here, introducing the man, the myth, the legend, Scott Sr. He just picked up this truck full of compost and we're gonna unload it. What do you think about that, Dad?
I think that's great. This compost we get is the best. This is like heroin on the garden. It's perfect.
Brown gold.
Yeah, it's a 70-30 blend. It's perfect.
All right, we're gonna be filling it up in these beds, and then over here, I dug out all the corn beds and we're gonna be filling it with fresh compost in these. I got all the rock out of these areas. And over here, we're going to be filling this third corn bed up of the good compost, and then these beds will be ready to rock. Alrighty. Alright, so we've got all the compost in our what are going to be squash beds. And we got them all filled up, looking good. This is a lot of room added to the garden. Like I mentioned before, we did not use this area last year. So this will be a nice big addition where we can grow all of our squash and just kind of let them go crazy. And one thing I've also worked on in the last week is making a flower atrium over here. I just finished this. I put all the posts in yesterday and put all the wire up on it today. And we'll be growing vines up this. So this will be a cool flower atrium area when it's all grown in with vines. Come in here, sit and relax. And now we're taking what we were going to use as a greenhouse and covering it with wire, and we're going to grow vines up this. So we got the generator out, the nail gun, and we're going to cover this whole thing with the wire and then grow vines in this trench and have this thing covered in flowering vines. So I'll do another video when we're done with that. It's just looking really nice out. I'll be doing a video also on where I'm going to be doing the pumpkins. I started putting mounds of dirt over here. There's going to be a big trench here. We're going to have a big giant row of a lot of pumpkins. That'll be in an upcoming video. But right now, we're working on this. Alright, so it's a calm day today. Right now, show where we're at on the little, what we're going to call the flower house. We got all the walls put up with the wire and started putting what we had left on the ceiling, on the roof, so that when we grow the vines down here, they'll grow up this, and we're going to cover the roof. I ran out and I got to get more. This will have probably about 15 different kinds of vines around it. It's going to be a really awesome flower house. And I showed this one. This one's ready to go. And I actually planted a few flowers that I found at the local nursery. Those are the first flowers I planted in 2022. Many more to come. The tulips are going crazy. coming up everywhere. Just little sprouts, little 3-4 inch sprouts. No action on this one yet. This one is. So right now it's just working on weeding. Got my little hoe going on. We're going through just like madmen, weeding, trying to keep the weeds down. We get a lot of weeds out here, so we really got to hit them hard. And it's just looking stellar. No seeds planted yet, but this is going to be all giant sunflowers. Flowers around the teepees. Flowers around the sitting area. Let's go check out the garlic. These are all wild. These wildflowers are starting to come up. A lot of the wildflowers from last year are starting to come up. Scott Senior hard at weeding. Now you can see our garlic. He's going through. We'll check out what he's doing. So he loads it in there and... Right, Dad?
That's what we do. We take weeds and we turn it into primo soil.
It says a ton of weeds, so we throw the dirt in there, sift it, dump it in here.
Here, sift it.
It's a lot of work, but it really gets all the weeds.
This is a real rocky area in here.
He's loading up his fourth 5-gallon bucket of weeds, and there's many to go. Fifth, and I have a half a 5 full that you can really see the garlic just coming through. These are all wildflowers coming up. This area we did use a drip line we had, so this will be real easy to water and kicking. These are all raspberries. And I've been digging the trenches for where we're going to put onions and potatoes. We're going to till this weekend. I'm really liking how this area is looking. Sorry for the noise. It's a really busy here intersection right here. But I'm really happy with how this area is coming out. We're going to till this in this weekend. This is a huge addition to the garden, where we're going to do all the squash, cantaloupe, and such like that, winter squash. And I started the pumpkin patch. Started taking loadfuls of dirt over to the pumpkin patch area. Gonna keep the pumpkins out of the main garden area this year, because the vines just get crazy, like 20 plus feet, so I wanted the pumpkins out of the way. This area I also loaded up with dirt. We're gonna till this in. This is gonna be corn, but over here is where I've been working. I took dirt from the main garden and started loading it up here and made a big line. And this is going to be where all the pumpkins are going to be planted. In the back area, in the backyard, they can grow plenty out here. I put good dirt. I'm going to hit a big layer of compost on top of this, and then make a couple trenches to water the pumpkins really good. And got the train going on. Beautiful day. I'm also going to keep posted on what our neighbor farmer friends are growing. This is our neighbor Byron. Last year he planted lima beans here in this area, and over here he did corn. And I'll keep updated on what's going to be growing there and the other ones around us. And we are just hard at work getting ready. I'm thinking about 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, we're going to drop seed and start planting. We should be clear of the last frost. Looking stellar. Doesn't look like much yet, but pretty soon it'll be unrecognizable.